Welcome back to Grab Your Brew, the podcast where we sip something warm while discussing things that'll make your blood curdle faster than milk left out overnight.
And if you're new, welcome. Please like, subscribe, and maybe salt the doorway. Can't hurt. Tonight, we're serving fairy tales the way they were originally written. Raw, bloody, and still twitching.
The Brothers Grimm called their 1812 collection Children's and Household Tales, which is kind of adorable until you realize half of them start with famine and end with something being cooked.
So grab your brew. Something black and bitter feels quite appropriate today. And join us as we open our new series, The Dark Origins of the Brothers Grimm. Tonight's chapter, Once Upon a Bloodbath. Quite apt. So, picture this. It's the early 1800s. A German winter, crops have failed, and your mum's looking at you like you're a mid-sized rotisserie chicken.
Congratulations! You just won 2 delicious children, Hansel and Gretel! What a prize!
Yum. Maybe I should lose some weight. That, my dear, is Hansel and Gretel. The 1812 version, the mother, not stepmother, the mother, suggests leaving the children to die in the woods because there's no food.
The Grimm brothers' adaptation of Hansel and Gretel tells the story of 2 young siblings, Hansel and Gretel, who live with their father and stepmother in a small cottage near a forest. Due to a severe famine, the stepmother persuades the father to abandon the children in the woods, hoping to reduce the number of mouths to feed. Hansel, overhearing the plan, collects white pebbles and drops them along the way to mark their path. The next day, they follow the pebbles back home. However, the stepmother convinces the father to abandon them again, and this time, Hansel uses breadcrumbs to mark the way, but birds eat them, leaving the children lost. Wandering through the forest, Hansel and Gretel come across a house made of bread, cake, and sugar. Hungry and tired, they begin to eat the house. An old woman emerges and lures them inside with the promise of food and shelter. However, she is a wicked witch who intends to fatten Hansel and eat him. She enslaves Gretel, forcing her to do chores. Gretel eventually outsmarts the witch by pretending she doesn't understand how to check if an oven is hot enough. When the witch demonstrates, Gretel shoves her into the oven and locks the door, killing the witch. The children find treasure in the witch's house, which they take with them. They manage to find their way back home.
Famine wasn't just background texture, it was real, chronic, and ugly.
It's bleak realism in a candy wrapper. The witch's gingerbread house. Straight up starvation hallucination. The earliest tellers were probably hungry themselves, though. I mean,
Yeah.
Pretty old.
And when the kids push the witch into the oven, that's not empowerment. That's catharsis. The powerless burning the oppressor, firelight flickering off of starvation eyes.
The Grimms later scrubbed out the mother and made her stepmother, because, God forbid, German housewives looked bad. Apparently, cannibalism was fine, but bad parenting, unacceptable.
Unacceptable. By the 1857 edition, even the famine softened. It became a moral test, not an existential nightmare. They turned a survival horror story into a Sunday school parable.
I prefer the original. It's got all the flavours, despair, desperation, and a hint of people soup.
People soup, bon appetit.
Returning home, the bird sings its haunting song one last time. My mother, she killed me. My father, he ate me. My sister buried my bones, luring the stepmother outside. Then it drops the millstone on her, crushing her instantly. A murdered boy, a sinister stepmother, and the haunting song from beyond the grave. The chilling conclusion of the Juniper Tree is here. The boy's spirit, now a bird, sings a song revealing the stepmother's crime. His sister had buried his bones under the juniper tree, the source of his haunting transformation. As the bird sings, it collects a gold chain, a pair of red shoes, and a millstone from enchanted listeners. The haunting song of the stepmother's crime lured her outside. Then the bird drops the millstone on her, crushing her instantly. In that moment, the boy is miraculously restored to life, and the family, now free from the evil stepmother, is reunited. Justice is served, but the darkness of the tale lingers. This concludes the Juniper Tree.
Next up, the Juniper Tree. Tale 47. The literary equivalent of a crime scene autopsy.
The story opens with a wish for a child as red as blood and as white as snow, which sounds lovely, until the mother dies in childbirth and is buried under a juniper tree.
So therefore she was red in blood and as white as snow.
Mm-hmm.
The new stepmother soon gets jealous, chops off her stepson's head, and hides the body with an apple balanced on his neck stump.
I will repeat. Balances an apple on the stump, as if saying, nothing to see here, just Timmy plain decapitated dress up.
Then she dismembers the body, boils it into a stew, and feeds it to their father, who praises the flavor.
Ah, dinner table conversation must have been wild. Darling, this tastes familiar. Oh yeah, it's our boy's secret recipe.
Ooh. Imagine the dad finding that out after he'd ate it, though. She'd be next. It'd be wife pie. From the bones, a songbird rises, vengeful, beautiful, singing a truth to power before dropping a millstone on the murderer's head.
And that, my friends, is the origin of both poetic justice and potential food poisoning.
The Grimms kept it nearly intact, which says a lot. They'd removed a pregnancy, but kept a headless child stew.
Priorities. Priorities. Right, so now, The Robber Bridegroom, a love story for anyone whose dating apps come with a body count.
So, a young woman's betrothed invites her to visit his home deep in the woods. No, 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 no.
Fairy tales are supposed to be charming, right? Well, not if you're reading The Robber Bridegroom by the Brothers Grimm. Forget glass slippers. This groom's got a taste for something far more sinister. Here's how it goes. A miller decides to marry off his daughter to a wealthy suitor. Sounds lovely, except the guy's idea of a bachelor pad is a creepy house deep in the woods. And he's a little too fond of the phrase, "You are mine and you must come to see me." Red flag, anyone? When the bride-to-be visits, she's greeted not by wedding cake, but by a cannibalistic gang, her groom's side hustle. Luckily, a kindly old woman warns her to hide behind a barrel. From her hiding spot, she watches the robbers murder another girl and make stew out of her.
When she arrives, she realizes it's less manor house and more murder basement.
She hides behind a barrel while her charming fiancé and his friends butcher another woman. One of them chops off the victim's finger, which flies across the room and lands in the bride's lap.
At the wedding feast, she produced the finger as evidence, and the crowd tears the groom apart.
Goals. Anyway, earlier folk variants included necrophilia and a cannibal banquet. The Grimm spared us that, but not by much.
It basically
Watered it down.
Bluebeard. It's basically Bluebeard on ketamine.
The moral, if you can call it that, and the later edition is that women should trust intuition, not men who lives in basements. Timeless lesson, really, isn't it?
Yeah, seriously.
And then next, one that we'll all be somewhat familiar with.
Why, it's like a dream. A wonderful dream come.
The Belle of the Ball, the foot fetishist's fever dream.
Except in 1812, her fairy godmother is just a tree growing above her mother's grave. She prays under it and birds drop dresses from heaven. All corpses, depending on your reading.
The stepsisters, absolute icons of self-mutilation. One slices off her toes, the other hacks her heel, both to jam their feet into the slipper.
No. Wait.
I mean, that's grim.
It reminds me of the Japanese foot binding. Terrible. The prince rides away with his new bride until the doves. Ever the narcs of folklore. Choop, look at the shoe, it's full of blood.
And at the wedding, those same birds peck out the sisters' eyes.
A family event for all ages. By 1857, the language was softened, still blinded, but describes politely like a church announcement.
The moral evolution of this story goes obedience is rewarded. Then kindness wins, and finally, maybe we don't need ocular mutilation at children's parties.
Progress. So why were the Grimms like this?
Because the world was like this. They were gathering oral tales during war, famine, plague. People told stories the way soldiers told jokes to cope. And Willem Grimm, bless him, decided to turn peasant trauma into bedtime reading.
I mean, you gotta work with what you got, right? Then when parents complained their kids were crying, he started editing. He swapped sex for sin, murder for morals, and pain for peasants.
Basically, he gave all of the stories a church-proof lobotomy.
Maybe the parents just should have been reading the books themselves and not to their children's. But traces remain, like stains on a page. You can bleach a fairy tale, but you can't wash out the blood entirely.
Modern listeners love true crime. The Victorians had Snow White. It's the same emotional hit, though. It's terror, order, and just enough punishment to make you sleep at night.
The difference is we call it content. They called it moral education.
And the Grimms gave Europe its first viral franchise of collective nightmares.
Even their edits reveal what society feared most. Hunger, lust, rebellion, women who say no. Those got rewritten first.
And we still keep telling them centuries later because somewhere inside we all want to peek behind the gingerbread house door and hope we survive the oven.
Do we? So that's it for tonight's fairy tale feast. Famine, flesh, and feathers.
We've learned a lot. Number 1, family values. It used to include light cannibalism, and number 2, doves are vindictive little creeps.
Maybe that's a real reason they banned them at the weddings. Next week, we're moving from blood to bedchambers, incest, captivity, and tower pregnancies.
So, episode 2, Daddy Issues and Tower Locks. It's going to get weird, hairy, and possibly amphibious.
Possibly. Until then, keep your brew hot, your children accounted for, and your oven strictly for baking. Bread, guys. Come on, get your mind out the gutter.
And remember, if someone offers you gingerbread in the dark, they're not feeding you, they're seasoning you.
Ooh. Have an amazing week, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Like and subscribe.
Bye.